Why it sucks to be Clark Kent. Imagine you're at a party. You can hear the heartbeat of everyone in the building. You can hear the guy in the kitchen whispering about his debt, and you can hear the girl on the balcony's lungs struggling with a hidden illness. You want to help, but you have to pretend you don't hear a thing. You have to trip over your own feet, spill your drink, and play the clumsy nerd, just so no one suspects you're a god. Being Clark Kent isn't a secret identity. It's a lifelong sentence of gaslighting yourself. You are the most powerful being on the planet, but your entire life is built on a foundation of lies told to the people you love most. Think back to your teenage years. The acne, the voice cracks, the awkwardness. Now imagine that instead of a pimple, your eyes start shooting little fire every time you get a crush. Imagine that instead of a voice crack, you accidentally sneeze and blow the roof off the high school gym. Growing up as Clark Kent in a town like Smallville sucks because you are a walking nuclear reactor with no manual. Every hug could crush a rib. Every accidental bump in the hallway could put a classmate in the hospital. You spend your formative years terrified of your own hands. While everyone else is worried about prom, you're worried that a stray piece of glowing green rock in a girl's necklace is going to turn your internal organs into lead and kill you in front of the lockers. You aren't the quarterback. You're the guy hiding in the barn because the world is too loud and too fragile for you to touch. Let's talk about your love life. You love Lois. She's the one. But being Clark Kent means you have to watch her fall in love with the other guy, who is also you. You have to listen to her talk about how brave and amazing Superman is, while she looks at you, Clark, like you're a bumbling assistant who can't find a stapler. It's the ultimate friend zone, but with a cape. You want to tell her the truth, but you know that the moment you do, her life becomes a target. You have to lie to her face every single day. You have to make excuses for why you disappeared during the earthquake. You have to live with the fact that the woman you love is in love with a mask you wear, while the real you is just the guy she pities. The burden of hearing everything. This is the part the movies usually gloss over. Your hearing isn't just a power, it's a curse. You don't just hear the crimes. You hear the mundane misery of 8 billion people. You hear the cries of every hungry child, the muffled sobs of every person losing a loved one, the quiet desperation of the entire world. And you can't save them all. Every second you spend eating a sandwich as Clark Kent, someone is screaming for help that you could provide. Being Clark Kent sucks because it's a 24/7 exercise in survivor's guilt. If you sleep, someone dies. If you take a day off to go to a baseball game, a plane crashes. You aren't a man. You're a global emergency response system that never gets to turn off. Now let's talk about Lex Luthor. Imagine your best friend is a genius. You guys shared secrets, saved each other's lives, and felt like brothers. But because you couldn't be honest about who you are, his curiosity turned into obsession. His obsession turned into hate. Being Clark Kent sucks because your very existence turns good men into villains. You have to watch Lex Luthor descend into madness because he can't stand that there's a power in the world he can't control. You feel responsible for every person Lex hurts because you know if you had just been normal, or maybe if you had just trusted him earlier, the world wouldn't have a supervillain. You're a beacon of hope for the world, but a catalyst for destruction for your friends. The alien in a suit. At the end of the day, Clark Kent is a costume. You put on the glasses, you slouch your shoulders, and you hide your light. You live in a world made of cardboard, constantly afraid you're going to break something. You're the ultimate outsider, an alien refugee trying to play house in a world that would either worship you or crucify you if they knew the truth. So next time you think it would be cool to have heat vision or fly, remember Clark Kent. Remember the man who has to be the most boring person in the room just to keep the world safe. Being a god is easy. Being Clark Kent? That's the real tragedy.